One more time for safety.
Wait, I was gonna say, will somebody also, maybe somebody set a pace and then we can replicate it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Previously on PKMN Legacy.
Okay, now let's all do it together.
1, 2...
Disclaimer. We do not own or claim ownership of the Pokemon franchise and any Pokemon established in official canon. That's all owned by Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures. This is just a podcast made by 4 friends who love Pokemon. It's our love letter to a franchise most of us grew up with. So please go support the official release.
Previously on PKMN Legacy.
He's hiding something.
I'm McPoof. My wife, she's downstairs. Someone out there!
I'll go with you in case something were to go down.
A large...
Meteorite?
You took his wife?
You're all thieves!
Victor! Use karate chop!
From the corn, a strange amalgamation of all these crystals and floating red orbs.
Mischievous, the Screech, Pokemon.
There isn't much he can do.
Maddie inside the spheres around its neck.
Chris is trapped inside there.
Lucille pierces through the pearl. Thump! On the ground, the unconscious body of Chris.
Yes!
Would you like to give a nickname to your...
I'm passed out right now.
Velma, both your friends are down.
Why do I have to be the adult again?
We do have some other business to take care of first.
Oh.
Because in one way or another, all of you 3 are a bit occupied at the moment.
Okay.
So, let's start with... Velma, you're currently asleep right now. And in this dream you're having, it's well in the future, the peak of your career. And there is a statue of you that represents all that you've accomplished. What does that statue look like?
That statue looks like me raising my fists in victory with Minnie and Inguni on my side while I'm on top of Assistant and we're on the bodies of our enemies, which are probably various big muscly guys.
What's it made out of? Gold? Stone? Marble?
I'd say think like chrome. Chrome with like various neon lights.
Everything's chrome in the future.
Squidward.
It's like chrome or like that shiny white stuff.
In this dream, Velma Vladimir, you are the Colossus that looks down upon all that you have seen and conquered and taken as your own. And you thought it bad. Whoa, this is pretty pathetic even for you. And you look down, and among the conquered buff dudes that you stand upon, you see a very buff version of Jaden. I mean, really, you out-baddying me? Someone's in denial. Come on, show of buff statue hands. Anyone else actually think this wimp is evil?
I don't know. I haven't really seen anything that proves that she is.
Chrome version of Maddie. Very buff still, but it's her face.
What are you talking about? I've literally conquered things. How much more feelings can you get?
I don't feel really conquered, do you?
Yeah, no, I just...
A buff version of Chris.
I don't know, I just don't feel as though like you've actually conquered anything.
What do you call all this then, huh?
All what?
And Velma, you realize that the base of conquered people you've been standing on is slowly shrinking as they emerge from the statue and stand around you, and you just sink closer and closer to their level. And you see a buff chrome Captain Levi look at you.
Well, let's look at your record. Ever since coming here, the only people you've tried to conquer are thieves and cultists.
And you see a buff chrome angel say, "Oh, don't forget about saving me when I was held hostage." "Oh, me, when I was captured by the cultists," says a buff chrome laze. "Hey, or me when I was, The buff chrome Captain Moody takes a moment to think about it. Also held hostage by the cultists.
Yes, well, it sounds like goody little two-shoes behavior to me. And those don't belong in a statue that celebrates villainy. Oh, I'd better confiscate those.
And Chrome Captain Levi takes your feet and removes them from your form. and just walks away.
I am an evil thief. I am. I have to be. If I'm not, then why am I?
Well, don't you see, Velma? Says Angel. You're no evil genius. You're our hero.
Yeah, she's so nice. So good, always helping. Yeah, definitely not the evil villain she claims to be.
I don't know. She always wears this villain-like outfit, but I don't think she really deserves that either. And Maddie just kind of walks forward and grasps at her goggles.
Don't you dare!
Oops.
Ah, that looks much better. Definitely a much better suited look for you.
And all the chrome buff people keep agreeing with each other as they take bits and bits of your evil form away from you and reduce you to a shell of your former self.
What do you think? You maybe should pull down her hair, too?
Ah, excellent thinking.
That's it! The head of Emma just does, tries to jump up and tries to bite at whatever's holding her goggles.
I guess this would be a will plus, I guess, throw, as in throwing yourself. Will plus throw.
It says the attribute can't be found.
That's weird. Let's see, throw. Try again.
No, still getting the same thing.
Well, I guess that just means you're not bad enough to do it.
Jesus.
Even the system says otherwise.
This is getting meta.
Chris, what are you taking from her?
Taking the hair clips that basically keep her hair in those pigtails.
You know what? Why don't you just take the pigtails?
All right. Chris, then...
Just like in
Chris.
freaking Azumanga Daioh.
You just hear like a little...
Here's your-
Much like the ear horns of a houndoom, you just pop them off.
Definitely much better. Thank you for these. You're so nice.
And you hear an old gristled voice rumble from behind you. Oh, are you just going to let them take that from you? And I thought you were Vladimir.
They're not gonna do it. I'm not giving it up. So I think in this case, if she can't jump, she'll try to Sonic her way to them.
You mean spin dash your head?
Yes, I mean spin dash her head.
Vitality plus athletic.
I was not prepared for today.
No.
A 2 out of 3 success. I don't think that's enough. You try to roll your head down the steps, but then it just bounces down and down and down, and it keeps going down. With each bounce, crack, another bit of you pops off. Crack, there goes another chunk. You become less and less and less and less, and you hear from behind you that crackling voice. If you think a goody little two-shoes can call themselves a true Vladimir, quit while you're ahead! Maddie, you are back in the park. Le Parc Park.
I forgot that it was named the Park. Oh my god.
Okay, well, at least I thought about this a little bit. Okay, I'm ready.
You find yourself back laying on the bench in Le Parc Park. Still empty. Your sister's music player sitting next to you, just playing some casual Kalosian jazz.
Has anything changed since I was last here, Kay?
I'd say you feel yourself a bit more present in this world. Like last time, it was more like a dream-like state. You're just floating about, but you have more of a solid grasp of your being here.
Okay, can I make a perception check?
What are you looking for?
I want to see if the creature's around.
That is not necessary.
They're there.
It's another. The world is split in two again. On your side, Le Parc Park, just the grassy hillsides, stone, brick, pavement walkways, unlit lamplights. Split down the middle, on the other side, you see the traces of the dead wood. Just those very simple chalk etches that make out the silhouettes. And over there, you see the being again.
Okay, so Maddie she's ready to figure this out, you know? So she sits up from the bench and she plants her feet and she makes a beeline over towards the dead wood, towards the creature. Okay, we've tried to talk so many times. I'm going to figure this out, okay?
The creature says nothing, just a bit surprised at your briskness.
Maddie sits down. She's not quite in the edge of that wood yet, but she sits down basically right where the line splits between the two. And she sits down cross-legged and she's like, I want to try something. Will you trust me? And she holds out her hands.
The creature pauses for a second. The lines that make up its body float towards right in front of you, right on its side of the meridian, assumes a sort of sitting posture. Slowly reaches out its own hands, and you notice that its right hand seems a bit more formed than last time.
Isn't that the hand that I'm having the thing on? Interesting. Okay. So Maddie looks at the creature's right hand and holds out her hand and she says, do you want to come over here or do you want me to go over there? And she kind of like holds out her hand to allow the creature to either take it and come to her or for it to grab her and go the other way.
I think it just extends the hand and just lets you grab onto it.
Maddie closes her eyes and inhales deeply. She's trying to gain this intense focus and see if she can find some way to communicate with this creature. She knows that it might understand her language, but she doesn't understand its language, and she doesn't know how to speak its language. But she knows that wherever she is, it's not the real world right now. So she's gonna try and basically will herself to understand what it's saying.
Interesting. So you're trying to force an empathetic bond between you two.
Not necessarily force, more just focus
Encourage.
and encourage, yeah.
I will say this would be insight plus empathy.
2 of 5.
Your hands make contact, and it's not that sudden spark that you felt multiple times when you were under duress. It's just a gentle flow, like a river. Just a stream of energy going from one to the other and vice versa, just a feedback.
Maddie kind of... Oh, go ahead, please.
No, go ahead.
No, I need more help.
And you don't feel the sense of language transferring with that role? Not entirely. Language is more of a social construct, but there are other ways to communicate when words fail. And so what I want to ask you, what emotions, what feelings do you send to it?
I think I send over... Because as of last time, is it still wary of me at all?
Not entirely.
Okay.
With these repeated visits, the wariness seems to be given way.
Okay. So I send over these feelings of like a want for friendship and connection and just like calm. Because I'm also trying to calm myself down because I don't really know what's going on and I do want to find out. So there might be like a little tinge of desperation in there, but it's mostly this want to understand.
You send over the desire to commune with this being, to share an understanding with it. The connection goes both ways, and it sends you these sensations of longingness is not a good word. Loneliness doesn't really describe it either. Just the idea, the sensation that once upon a time, your whole world was there, and then it wasn't.
Displacement.
Maybe that's the best word for this then. Displacement. And the sudden realization that there's someone to share that feeling with now.
You understand. It's not easy, but I want to help you, and I think that you can help me too. You can come back with me if you want, you know? it seems like we're already connected, so
It doesn't seem to know exactly what you're saying, because you're trying to invite it to emerge in the real world with you.
yes, essentially. And I'm trying to send those feelings over as well, but Maddie's still getting a grasp between this new form of communication.
Yeah, and I think that message may get lost in translation. It knows who you are, but it doesn't know who you are.
Am I able to, let it in on my memories? Show it things?
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to do that.
Why don't you do another insight plus sympathy?
Yeah, okay. A 3 of 5.
What are you showing it?
Maddie's first thoughts come up. She expects it to come up as her time back in the Kalos region and the time with her sister and at university, but the first thing she actually thinks of is Chris and Velma. That surprises her a little bit, but she's come to realize that throughout this short time, they've kind of really become a whole massive part of who she is. So the first thing she thinks of is them and some of the things that they've gone through, from fighting the cult of Nuzlocke and standing up against them, and there's twinges of home memories too, but so much of it is just flooded with these new memories that she's made.
And these memories pool in the connection that your hands make. Some of these are shared memories. The grotto, the pit, Odo, that same fear you faced.
She feels it very strongly as well, but instead of backing away, she kind of leans into it and continues to play those memories in her head of when she was so terrified, but she didn't run away.
And you can feel your face and your name slowly running down your arm and into the creatures. Meanwhile, an image runs down their arm, and as soon as it hits your skin, there's a tingle as an image of just a slight silhouette of an anthropomorphic face with these antler-like protrusions popping out. Not necessarily a Pokemon, but you're not sure it's a human either. And the whisper of a name. Inisa. Chris.
Yes?
There was a red flash.
Mm-hmm.
Where you see around you, I don't think darkness is a good word to describe it, because that would imply that you can't see a thing. Have you ever had the sensation of you close your eyes, maybe you've rubbed them a bit, but you keep your eyelids closed, even though you technically can't see anything? You can still see swirls of colors and blots around you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had that before.
That's where you find yourself now.
Oh. Chris is going to open his eyes. He's going to look around and he sees this literal advanced darkness. And he's just looking around this endless void. Hello? Hello?
Your voice comes out a bit scattered, stretched out almost, then put back together as it ripples around this area. As it disturbs the air around you, you're suddenly seeing humanoid shapes pop up here and there, blinking in and then just fizzling out.
Oh, okay. One of two things have currently happened. Either I am asleep or I'm asleep. Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Is there anyone there?
Yes. Is anyone there?
Anyone?
Hi. I'm right here. I don't know where you are at, but I'm here.
You turn to the source of the noise, and it's this, what seems to be a hiker Why don't you make a clever plus alert?
Okay. 1 out of 4. Yeah, no, I think I didn't do well.
Oops.
It's hard to get a beat on him because he seems to be there, but not all there. Scruffy, basic hiking attire. Well, he's wearing a backpack, but there seems to be bits and pieces ripped out of it. There has to be a way out of here. Gotta get a signal. Shit, where's my sea gear? Where's my... And then he disappears.
What the hell? Okay, so Tower fought that mischievous. Wait, am I? And he's like touching himself to physically see if he's like, alive.
Insight plus nature.
And roll. Hey, 3 out of 4.
Your hand makes contact with your arm. There is tangibility. You're much more tangible right now than those people there.
So I'm still here, and I can still touch myself.
Phrasing.
And I can still feel my presence. But then, what the hell happened to them? Is he going to see if he can walk towards those figures?
You take a step forward. The ground around you is soft, has a bit of give.
Okay, that feels weird. That feels really weird. But he's gonna keep moving forward just very slowly.
You continue to trod through this advanced darkness. And the more you traverse, the more energy you use up, the less you can sense. And a morbid thought pangs in your head. You know this mischievous, this creature that you find yourself inside, is not of flesh and blood. But if you are absorbed by it, if you are inside it, and these other people inside it are slowly fading away, does that mean you are being...
Not going to entertain the thought I just had, and I'm going to keep walking forward, because if I actually got eaten, this would be a whole lot worse.
The fanfics go wild.
No, you stop that random intangible voice of Velma, you go away.
After what seems to be like an eternity of walking, you see that same hiker from before pop up right in front of you. I just have to keep going. If I keep walking, I'll find the way out. Chris, this guy's voice, it sounds weird like yours, but even more messed up. And you notice the mutterings that you hear are not being made at the same time as the lip movements. They're not in sync with each other.
Hi, are you the voice I heard before, or someone different?
Hello? Is someone there? I can't see anymore.
I'm quite literally in front of you, but yes, who are you?
My name is Ray. And he flickers out.
Ray. Why does that sound familiar? I don't know a Ray. Wait a minute.
My name is Ray. I'm a star runner. I'm somewhere outskirts of Pippin Town in the farmlands.
Oh! The voice log that he heard before. And one of the star runners' name is Ray. Oh, shit.
It is at this point where any silhouettes that were remaining flicker away for good as your world is being rocked back and forth by surges of energy and tremors from within and without.
Oh, no.
Suddenly, the void around you implodes with you at the center, rushing towards you like a tsunami of nothingness.
Oh, no!
Blinding light, casting you out, ripping you apart, asunder. You feel your entire world being unmade. And then a hand on your shoulder.
Wake up, honey.
And you do.
Hey, yo! I have so many unanswered questions.
So that was fun. Hey, Kay here. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Just wanted to go through the old pause menu stuff. First off, special thanks to Goody Serenade for reprising his role of Captain Levi during the Velma dream sequence. And another special thanks to Ule Tiger for voicing the mysterious woman at the end of Chris's dream sequence and helping me traumatize her fiancé at the same time. Always fun. Links to both their YouTube channels in the description. You know who I also want to thank? My patrons. They're pretty cool people, and if you want, you can join the ranks too. Get rewards like your name in the end credits of the YouTube releases, access to behind-the-scenes bonus tidbits, and get your name mentioned in the pause menu here, verbally, with my mouth, by me, the owner of said mouth. And this mouth will now give thanks to Bamboori, Camicat, Cybernetic Pink Eye, Donkey Odo, Jester Lord, Jonathan Jesus Macias, Mr. Someone, Quest, and Renamon Music Box Brony. You can also support the show via word of mouth. Always helps us a whole lot. You could tweet about the show using the hashtag PKMN Legacy. You could leave a comment on any of our YouTube releases, or leave a review on wherever you found this podcast. Do that, and like our patrons, we might use your name for one of our NPCs. For instance, during Velma's dream sequence, let's see, there was Angel, named after Angel Tigress 777 on Twitter. There was Laze Chadwickington III, heir to the Chadwickington fortune, named after the Lazy Shadow on Patreon. And there was also Captain Charlie Moody, named after Captain Moody from Patreon. And Anissa, the name for that mask entity creature thing, named after Anissa of Punta Translations on Twitter. That's it for now. Let's get back to the episode and wake these guys up. Unpause. It is late morning. You guys eventually rise at your own time, wake to consciousness. All three of you are huddled next to the meteorite, right at the base of this rickety watchtower.
Okay, all right. Let's just make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. And he pinches himself. He can feel that. And he looks around. The sun's out. He can feel that. Pokemon are out. He looks to his left, and he looks to his right, and he sees Maddie and Velma. Oh my God, okay. All right, everything's okay. Okay. Maddie, wake up!
Stop, I'm having a nice dream.
Maddie, wake up!
What?
Okay, tell me what is your name?
Didn't you just say it like 20 times?
Yep, there's that sarcasm I can't refute. Yep, you're definitely Maddie. All right, moving on to the next one. Velma.
She jolts awake and then she bites him. Just hops down on his arms.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're definitely Velma. Ow!
Bad dream. Sorry.
Yeah, no, fine, understandable, completely fair, and that's also how I know I'm awake. Cool. All right.
You know, I would question if you were you, but all this anxiety just proves the point. So, hi, Chris. What's up?
Question. Can either of you remember what has happened in the past 24 hours?
The last thing I remember, we went out looking for you, and we fought something?
Oh yeah, and that happened. And Velma just points her thumb over to the meteor that they're around.
Oh, right.
Wait, so you guys went to find me, but instead you went star running?
Well, we stole Rockwife.
Huh?
So, you know how, you left us alone and you went off with McPoof and we're going to figure out what happened in the seconds there because what are you doing out here? Unconscious. But we went down into the cellar and we went and unlocked it and found out that his wife was this rock. And so we took it.
So you stole a person?
It's not a person.
What would you call someone encased in a meteorite?
Well, there's not necessarily a person in there. I just think that he was lying about it being his wife so that nobody would go down there. Speaking of McPoof...
Oh, wait. Did you guys not see Victor? Wait, is Victor not here?
You see Victor just licking his wounds on top of the unconscious Diamond. right at the base of the steps leading up to the watchtower, where up above you can see a glint of steel from your Kerthunk.
Oh, I'm a bad trainer. Oh my lord. I'm so sorry, Victor.
What happened here?
Jebediah McPoof and I were on our little expedition, but then he caught on to our lie, and yeah, he didn't take too likely to that. Then there was a Pokemon battle. I somehow escaped by the skin of my teeth. I don't know how, because something had happened to where I couldn't move or I couldn't escape a certain area, and he was coming after you guys. But then I summoned Victor, and Victor, well, started attacking. But after that, I don't know where McPoof went, because then I fought. I then ended up fighting a Mischievous from what the Pokedex has told me.
Wait, last night that thing was like the thing we fought last night, wasn't it? Oh.
Wait, you fought it?
Maddie, she'd kind of been still lying down on the ground because her body was so sore, but she looks around and sits up, and there's this Pokeball that she had been clutching in her hand. And she holds it out, and she's like, well, we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Chris looks at her, looks at the Pokeball, looks back at her, looks back at the Pokeball. Are you serious?
Yes? Are you okay?
Are any of us?
That's a good point.
He just like drops to the ground and he's just like, that thing tried to kill me.
Well,
It tried to kill me.
Zing, you don't have to worry about that anymore because I actually caught it for you, Velma.
What?
It's just that when we were fighting it, I just think that you need it on your team.
You serious?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Eh?
You need to add another member to your evil team, right?
Right. Right.
So you gather your Pokemon. Most of them are knocked unconscious. Chris, Maddie, you're both very weakened. As a reminder, the offer from Mogul Corp still stands for you gathering the meteors and the Jewel-type Pokemon. I'd say you could probably get a signal to contact them from the top of the watchtower. What do you intend to hand over to them?
Do we trust Mogul Corp, guys?
I'm gonna be real with you. Nah.
I think before we do any of that, I feel like we should go back and check on McPoof.
Oh yeah.
Like that's a whole mess that I need to see what is up with that.
Okay, well then maybe we should turn over the meteor so that he doesn't freak out and try to get it back from us.
Fair point.
Just so we know it's in a safe place. Even though we don't necessarily trust them, I think I trust Mogul Corp more than McPoof right now.
So hand over the meteor, keep the Pokemon for the time being.
Yes.
Sounds like a good plan.
It's also really heavy, and I don't know how we're gonna hide that or lug it around.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do you think we should at least talk to McPoof? Like, if anything, we can...
But what if he tries to take back the meteor?
We'll knock him out again. We already did it with Victor once.
Well, apparently Dry almost died trying to do that.
Well, I almost died to the Mischievous, but
What Pokemon did he fight you with?
his Wobbuffet.
Well, listen, his Wobbuffet's probably still on low health, too. There's no Pokemon centers out here. So, I just really need to find out. There's so many questions.
Are we able to lug it back and get some answers from him?
Or just leave it here.
I don't want to leave it alone.
I don't want to leave it alone.
Well, we got the Mischievous. Who's gonna take it?
Anybody who's hiding in here.
Insert Cult of Nuzlocke here.
Okay, fair enough. We could bury it.
But why?
I think she wants to confront him about it, right?
Yeah, because
I do like the idea of burying it and then being like, we'll give it back to you if you tell us the truth. But that is kind of cruel.
well, is it any more cruel than completely giving it away to an organization without him having any knowledge or consent to it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could figure out, like, because then we could figure out if they're worth trusting.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Clearly, we are at an impasse of what we need to do with this.
Siri.
No, we're not using Siri. For once, I actually have a much better option.
Okay.
Much better option. Show of hands, who wants, and this is Chris in person, show of hands, who wants to go and bury the meteorite person?
Velma raises her hand.
What's the other option?
Who wants to take the meteorite with us?
Is that even an option?
Look, I mean, I wouldn't want to do it, but if it came down to it, I could pop back out Victor and have him carry it. He might get a good workout from it.
He's like, I'm ready to get swole.
He might.
That's a good point. That's a good option.
That works too, as long as we could keep an eye on it.
Well, Victor, I'm pretty sure has instilled the fear of Arceus into Jebediah McPoof, so, I mean, I'm not too worried.
Okay, well, Victor walking in with the wife. I'm good with that. Maddie raises her hand to the second option.
Chris raises his hand with the second option, so it seems like we are taking the meteorite with us. All right, out pops Victor.
Either way, we're going to get answers, okay, Velma?
Okay, ours for me.
All right, so the consensus is Victor carries the rock wife. You head back to the barn. You get answers from McPoof, correct?
That is correct.
With Victor lugging the rock around, just trying to do some warm-ups with it,
Just so full of beans, this one.
you slowly make your way back to the barn. The maze, now that you're not under duress, is very easy to navigate.
And it's daylight.
Yes. About 10 minutes pass. You make it back to the barn. You look around. Why don't you make a, Insight plus alert? Anyone who's interested.
Okay. I got a 2 out of 5.
Insight plus alert.
2 out of 5.
Insight alert.
3 out of 4 from Velma. So, the three of you return to the barn. You do not find any signs of McPoof, nor his Wobbuffet, nor his, Stunfisk.
What about Klefki?
No Rusty either. They seem to be gone. The barn abandoned. Velma, you go back down to the bunker, and you notice that all the scraps of paper are also taken.
Well, he's not down the bunker at all.
So what now? Do we try to find him, or...
Where would he even go?
Look, there's one of two things we can do. We can either try to look for him, or we could find the nearest town, heal our Pokemon, get some food, and proper rest.
You know, I do like that option.
With Rockwife, probably give her to Mogul Corp. They might actually be able to help, for all we know.
When you put it that way.
I mean, technically your daughter trusts them, right? So maybe we should.
My daughter usually has a pretty good moral compass.
And besides, if we need to go get it back from them, I don't think we've ever backed away from a challenge.
Are you suggesting that we take on Mogul Corp if worse comes to worse?
They took out a call.
This is a hypothetical
I
scenario,
am
Chris.
not trying to go to jail.
We're
I
not
am
going to
trying.
go to jail.
I already was there. It wasn't so bad.
I'm just saying that I have faith in us. It's a compliment.
You're right. When you're right, you're right. Okay.
Thank you.
Now my next question is, how do we actually get this to Mogul Corp?
Do we have their number still?
Yes, Camilla gave you the Seagear number for Mogul Corp's branch of research and development that's looking into the meteors and the Jewel-type Pokemon.
If we could get a signal, we could call them.
Looked at the giant tower.
We can just fast forward that you go back to the tower.
Sure.
Okay, sounds good.
And you're back at the tower.
Man, I love fast travel.
So you go up the rickety steps, and about 50, 60 feet up, you get to the top, and you get just enough bars to make a call on your Seagear.
Sweet, sweet internet.
Who's making the call?
I'm gonna sit down. I'm still tired. One of y'all got this? And he's just gonna huddle over to a corner and just sit down.
I got this.
Thank you for calling Mogul Corp Department of Meteor Retrieval and Research. Who may I ask is calling?
This is Velma Vladimir. I'm here with Chris and Maddie. I think we have a meteor. A really big one. Like, a really big one.
Okay, we can arrange a pickup for that immediately. Can I get your location, please?
Can you, retrieve my location where I am right now?
Alright, I'll see what we can do about that. One moment while I put you on hold. Thank you for holding. We've managed to pinpoint your location, and you seem to be on the outskirts of Pippin Town, a bit southeast towards the farmlands. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Very good. Unfortunately, you will have to relocate just a little bit to the northwest, as you are currently outside the legal jurisdiction of the Appalachia region.
Oh.
What did he just say?
Apparently we're outside the jurisdiction of the Appalachia region, which explains a couple of things.
Then what jurisdiction are we in?
Yes, well, you seem to be in a sort of micro-state, micro-nation. I don't pretend to know the exact legal terminology involved in this geopolitical situation. From my best understanding, the former mayor of Pippin Town went through a legal process in order to make his farm home in the area around it a separate legal entity from the Appalachia region itself.
Oh my gosh, who is this man's?
Again, I'm not a legal geopolitical expert, so please take this with a grain of salt. The main point being, though, the coverage for this retrieval service only extends throughout the Appalachia region. But if the location you've provided us is accurate, all you need to do is travel about, half a mile to the northwest, and we can have one of our representatives meet you, pick up the meteor, and hand over your compensation. Does that sound all right?
I think that can be arranged, right, guys?
Yep, makes it easier.
For me.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Miss Vladimir. We'll have someone sent your way immediately.
All right, see you there.
Click.
All right, we gotta get that meteor moving again.
All right, Victor, you still good to go and carry that, buddy? I am so proud of you. And he's going to start making his way down with everybody else.
We'll fast forward a bit. You make your way to the outskirts of this strange micronation you seem to be in. We'll call it McPoofland.
McPoofland.
Help us, save us. McPoof is a madman. Help us, save us. McPoof is a madman.
That is wow. Spy Kids. Dang.
Thank you very much.
You make your way through the corn maze. It takes about an hour to get to the edge, and you wait for a bit.
Victor's gonna be totally ripped.
If he is not a primate by the time we get out of here, I'm going to be upset.
No, but I'll keep that in mind for his training count.
Heck yeah.
You wait there for about 10-15 minutes, and then you hear... as you hear a pickup truck pull out in front of you guys, and out of the truck steps Angel.
Oh, what a lovely face to see. Hi, Angel.
Oh, hi there. I didn't expect to see you guys. So you're the guys who picked up the meteor.
Meteor wife, yes.
What?
Long story. Nice, Chi-Chi.
Okay, well, let me just take a quick measurement real quick. She puts her clipboard aside, takes out a tape measure. Wow, okay, this one, this. From my estimations, I can say this is a chunker of a unit. Well, for a unit this big, I think compensation for retrieval of this size would be about, let me just make sure, 10,000 credits?
Excuse me.
Wait, hold on. I need to make sure I do this right, otherwise I might get fired. Hold on. Okay, I am so sorry. 8,000 credits. So sorry,
That's still lots of
Sorry.
money.
For us?
Yes, a lump sum of 8,000 credits to be split amongst you. I am so sorry for the mix-up. I hope this is all right.
Okay, hey, Angel, could you just give us a quick moment? And Chris, grabs both Maddie and Velma. He's like, okay, I did not expect it to be that much money or to get any kind of monetary gain. What do we do here? Is this technically stealing?
If he really feels that bad, if we find McPoof, we'll give him a sum, okay?
Hey, we sold your wife. Here's some money.
I mean, yeah, that would make me feel better, but
Listen, you didn't have any qualms about it earlier.
I didn't think we'd be selling his wife.
And kidnapping her isn't any worth.
Fair point. And he pops back up to Angel and he's like, yeah, 8,000 credits sounds lovely for the meteorite wife.
Meteorite what? Okay, sure. I'll go ahead and transfer that now then. She pulls up her pad, boop, 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 shoot, boom. And you hear your sea gears chime. 8,000 credits has been added to your team account. You can split that amongst you however you see fit.
Chris will take 2,000 credits if Maddie and Velma want the 3,000.
Is this because Chris feels guilty about taking the money?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you
That
then.
is the main. He's like, I will take the lesser of the sum because this is
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magpie, can you help me out with this? And you see a magneton.
Oh, wait, did it evolve?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. Magpie the magneton hovers over the meteor. Meanwhile, Angel takes out what seems to be this metal foil tarp, lays it down on the ground next to the meteor, puts the sleeves up for her arms, and tries to push the meteor over. It hasn't budged a bit. Would you mind?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank
And
you. Yeah.
Chris is gonna help roll it onto the metal tarp.
It takes a bit of elbow grease, but eventually pounds onto the ground.
All right.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Magpie. And the magneton charges up with this electric energy, and the blanket lifts up into the air very slowly, very gradually, carrying the meteor over to the truck bed, and then it just slams down on it, and the whole vehicle shakes as it settles.
Is that really is a big chunker.
Okay, so we got the meteor. Anything else you wanted to add before I headed back to HQ?
Maddie kind of looks over at Velma.
That should be everything.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your help in our initiative here. Hopefully this will go a long way to our research.
Yes, keep us updated, okay?
Yeah.
Of course.
We have our questions about it as well.
Oh, well, if you do have questions, you could always come over to Mogul City.
Mogul City?
Yeah, it's an incorporated city just north of Cortland City.
Cortland City. Oh, wow, that's pretty far away.
Yeah, if you look on your maps, it's the northernmost point on the map.
Well, just gonna keep that in mind for later then.
She gets back into her truck, starts up the engine, and is about to pull out, and then she comes to a complete stop. I am so sorry, I'm so stupid. I didn't even ask you. Do you guys need a lift to Pippin Town?
Yes,
Oh,
Yes,
Angel,
please.
you are an angel.
Least I could do for you guys helping me out in Mogabark.
All right, we'll take that lift.
The truck bed is completely filled with the meteor, so you guys just gotta squeeze into the cabin. Oh, sorry about the mess. As she just brushes some fast food and snack wrappers off of the seats.
No worries. You squeeze on in there. All right.
The motor goes like a just chugs along over to Pippin Town. While I have you guys here, while you're traveling, Velma, would you like to nickname your new Mischievous?
I used to say mischievous too.
I still gotta think of a name, actually.
It's well into the afternoon by the time that you and Angel reach the gates of Pippin Town. It's definitely the biggest town city you've been to so far. A large, sprawling suburban area that just rolls across the hillsides, and a river that just goes right through the heart of it. Let me just bring you to the map.
Oh, this is a nice area. Okay, so let's see here. I think that's a school. That's a Pokemon Center. That looks like a market. Is that a fucking circus?
I was about to ask!
Oh, we're going to the circus. Yeah, that's probably the gym, isn't it?
You don't know.
Well, I know. Maybe not Maddie.
I swear, if there's a clown in there, I am going to freaking lose it.
$90 says Mr. Mines.
Oh no!
Not a chance in
Oh,
hell.
thank the Lord.
Well, Mime Jr. at least?
Nope, I already did that in Wendy's gym. Brayburg Town.
Well, doesn't mean you can't have another, I was just saying.
Okay, well, just don't ride on my ass about it, okay? I got a vendetta against Mr. Mimes.
Why?
Ever since you showed me that peeled Pokemon pic of Mr. Mime, it just looks like a streaker having too much fun. I will never forgive you for that.
Just like that, you've reminded me of that cursed image. Those are cursed.
That was a lovely
That
day.
was a fun day. I don't know what you're talking about.
Cursed day.
Anywho, so she drops you off at the very edge of town. All right, well, this is as far as I can go. I gotta head back to HQ.
All right. Well, thank you very much for giving us a lift.
My pleasure. See you guys next time.
Bye.
And the truck goes over the bridge, across town, northward, out of sight, over the hills. As you walk through town, it is a breath of fresh air compared to the ghost town that was Maycoon Town. A population well above the single digits. People walking everywhere. Everything's neat, organized, suburban feel to it. On the side of town you're in, it's a sprawling residential area right next to a market district, school, a park where that tent you saw was. And on the other side of town, across the river over this bridge, you see just a few buildings. One municipal-looking building, and the other one an airfield with a command center at the top of a hill. The town is yours. What do you guys do?
I have an idea, and you totally do not have to go along with it whatsoever. But I'm thinking Pokemon Center, and then we see the circus.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yes, circus time! And so, yeah, they go to the Pokemon Center, I guess, first.
You open up the doors. You see a Nurse Joy, a bit busy with a lot of other customers, too. But eventually, you reach her. Thank you for visiting the Pokemon Center. How may I help you?
Chris just drops all of his Pokemon with the Nurse Joy. He's like, could you please help my children?
Why do I just imagine that we've walked in, like, we're still on this, like, little bit of adrenaline high, but we just look completely wrecked and disheveled.
Oh no, you look like a mess.
You look like hot trash.
Like you didn't even set up camp, and you just took a dirt nap in the most literal sense.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'll go ahead and take your Pokemon. It'll be about 15 to 20 minutes before we have them ready for you. In the meantime, you can lounge about here. There's a bulletin board over there with the community events.
He like leans in. Is the circus available? Is it open? Is the circus open? When is the circus happening?
Circus? Oh, no, that's a tryout tent for the tournament going on.
Tournament?
The King of the Mountain Brawl tournament? It's a pretty big thing. There should be some more information about it on the poster over there. And she points to the community board.
Oh, right, okay.
If you'll excuse me. And she wheels your Pokemon back. I'll go ahead and heal them up. In the meantime, what do you guys do?
How do we heal ourselves?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That is going to take a long night's sleep.
Long night's sleep. Okay, that's right. Maddie's even more excited about the prospect of a tournament than a circus, so she stumbles over to the bulletin board to read more.
There are 3 things on the board that catch your attention. 1 is a promotional flyer for a restaurant. 2 is a help request for a local resident, something to do with a garden and a killer or something. And 3 is the big old tournament poster.
Let's take a closer look at that tournament.
It's the most bombastic out of all the posters. A bright crimson, red, black, white, written in big, bold letters. And behind the letters, in the background, you see a POW symbol with a fist and like a star of energies pointing outwards in all directions. And it says, King of the Mountain Brawl, open tryouts ongoing. Fight alongside your Pokemon in this high-octane obstacle course and ring match tournament. 16 will enter, but only 1 gets to take on reigning champ, the Mighty Mace. Winner gets the cage badge and 25,000 credits.
25,000?
25,000 credits is like overtaking his mind, but he does notice
the small print.
Yeah. And he's just like, hey, what does that small print say? Open tryout tents posted in Newton Town, Pippin Town, Winnipeg City, Cortland City. Entry fee is 500 credits per trainer. Each trainer participant must enter with a Pokemon. Said trainer and Pokemon must participate in an all further stage of the tournament together. King of the Mountain Brawl is sponsored by Appalachia Pokemon League and Mogul Corp. Aforementioned organizations are in no way liable for the health and well-being of any participants of this contest. Hey, guys, I think we should probably read the fine print.
Fine print?
The fine print. Well, first and foremost, there's a 500 credit per trainer for this. And secondly, something about they have no liability for our health and well-being during this tournament, so...
They always have to say that.
It's an obstacle course. You get a scraped knee, they won't be responsible for it. No biggie.
I think we should do it. We just got a sum of money.
Yeah, I mean, what else have we got to do?
Can we at least have, like, a day to rest? Because I can't go in.
Of course.
Yeah, you can read on the poster that the tent will be here for about 2 or 3 days more before tryouts close.
All right, so we have time. I was really looking forward to the circus. Oh, man.
Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna see if there's a vending machine with my name on it.
Please tell me you're not going to do what I think you're going to do.
You know she's going to.
I know. I have hope sometimes, though.
Can we read the other 2 flyers?
Yes. Which one are you looking at? The garden one or the cooking one?
I want to read Maddie would read the Guardian one.
The garden one.
Garden,
Okay.
I mean Garden. Side quest.
So it's a computer-typed piece of paper. It's a help request from one of the residents in town. Someone's been skulking around and destroying my poor innocent flowers in the dead of night. And the officer Jenny aren't doing a damn thing about it.
Oh, they're angry.
1,500 credits for whoever can bring this evildoer to justice. And then it has contact information and address below.
Please tell me that if we take this side quest, the evildoer is literally Link a la Breath of the Wild because of the flower woman?
Shit, I gotta rewrite some stuff. Hold on.
Because I guessed it or because you want to do that?
Yeah.
That's all they say.
Can she like just take a picture of that with her sea gear so she can like refer back to it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep that in our I'm just gonna keep it in the back of my mind.
And then the last one.
It's something about cooking.
Yeah, cooking competition.
Ooh.
It's a promotional flyer for a place called Velvet Riverside, which seems to be hosting a local cooking competition. Open to all chefs, aspiring or otherwise. Have your work appraised by the esteemed restaurateur, Chef Velveto. Everyone's a winner, but one lucky cook's going home with a special surprise.
Special surprise?
All right, let's see here. The flyer gives directions to the restaurant on the river's edge. As for the time, it just says first come, first served. I see what they did there.
Well, then we should go!
Listen, we gotta eat.
Yes, but first and foremost, we can't really eat while we're looking like this. And he like just points to everything because we're just like dirty. I'm pretty sure restaurants won't let us in if we're like this.
Well, then we better hurry and clean ourselves up. It's too early to go to bed.
Hold on. Hey, God, is there any place where we can go to like clean up?
The Pokemon Center acts like a hostel, so there are communal bathrooms and everything like that you could shower off in.
Sweet. Gonna do that.
Also, is there actually a vending machine in here?
There is. And you do see soda pops for sale, $2.50.
All right.
Why don't you make a insight check? Flat insight.
All right, insight flat.
With that 1 out of 3. They do not have any ranch soda, unfortunately.
Dang it!
But you do see butter-flavored soda.
Oh, heck yeah! Let's go!
Ew. Why are you like this?
All right, I'll get 2 of them. Excuse you, but I just happen to be a person of taste, thank you.
You pop in 500 credits. You can go ahead and remove that from your inventory and add 2 more soda pops to your bag.
And that'll be handy for later.
The fact that 2 sodas cost the entrance fee for the...
I know.
Money's weird around here.
Things are so overpriced.
Inflated.
The energy drinks, soda pop, freshwater lemonade, they don't have any effect in battle, but it's a great way to just restore HP outside of battle. Just a flat 5 HP for each soda pop, which for most people fully restores your health.
You two are looking kind of rough. I mean, this will help you out.
I will just deal with the shower, thank you very much.
Same.
And he just like walks off.
Sorry, but that just means more for you, right?
Yeah, enjoy that lovely beverage.
Fine.
So, skipping ahead a bit, you all shower off, clean up. Your health is not restored yet, but you do feel less shit.
Clean is better than dirty.
Cleanliness is next to Arceus.
30 minutes pass. Nurse Joy comes back with your Pokemon, hands them to you. Thank you very much. Your Pokemon restored up to full health. We hope to see you again.
Gonna ignore that. Thank you very much.
What did you ignore?
The usual Nurse Joy saying of, we hope to see you again.
Oh.
He's gonna ignore that. He's gonna pretend it doesn't exist.
Well, your Pokemon are up. You have your side quests. What would you like to do?
All right, currently, we still have time before the actual tournament, but amongst these 2, which one would you rather do? The helping this person with their flower problem, or having a nice meal? Well, one of us cooks, or all of us cooks.
You know what? I'll prove it to you guys. I'm prove it to you that I have impeccable culinary taste. I'm gonna enter that contest.
Excuse me?
You should!
Okay, Velma, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but 1, I don't know if there's an age limit for this, or at least an age minimum. And 2, I don't know. You know, a lot of sharp objects, a lot of hot surfaces.
I made a blaster, sir. I'm a scientist. I deal with hot tools all the time, thank you.
And if you're so worried, why don't you just join her? And then you can keep a close eye on her.
I mean, yeah.
Besides, you can prove that the ranchota is terrible.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Hey, he looks down at Velma.
Wait.
Hmm?
I have an idea.
Okay.
If Velma wins, we all have to drink a ranch soda. If Chris wins, Velma can't buy another one ever again.
Ooh. What? Now those are spicy odds. So, Tiny One, are you willing to wager a bet amongst the 2 of us?
Velma's just weighing the options in her head. On the one hand, victory. On the one hand, a life without ranch soda.
Self-proclaimed evil genius scientist to prove an old man wrong?
All right, buddy, you got yourself a deal.
Excellent. And he shakes her tiny hand. He's like, I look forward to winning.
We'll see about that.
This is going to be so good.